Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ernest Capbear from Who Buys Your Stuff, customer research for online SMEs. This is Who Buys Your Stuff Media, episode number 1. That sounds pretty exciting. So Greg and I have been doing a lot of thinking over the last year and a bit. We're working with a lot of online SMEs, and we are delivering to them the customer profile that's contributing to the majority of their revenue. We are doing customer research for online SMEs. And there's two things that have been happening. We either deliver what the work is and how we do it. We meet clients face to face, or got a lot of friends running businesses that send in a lot of questions via emails. So there's two things going on in terms of communication of customer research, who buys your stuff, identifying the customer profiles, contributing the majority of your revenue, doing that fundamental bit of work. Meeting clients, that's one of the ways, meeting clients and speak to them about it, or we get lots of emails from people running businesses. And what we've been doing to kind of facilitate that is either going to meet these clients at their places, so traveling, or receive these emails and writing replies back or doing a blog on it. And Greg and I kind of looked at each other and we said, why don't we just, I like the camera. Why don't we just start answering all of these questions via video to all of the business that we could possibly be working with, all the questions they've been asking, all the friends that got questions about running businesses and the best things to do, content strategy, rolling out CRM, customer lifecycle, any of these things you can do to grow your online business. All these questions that come in, we're just going to start answering here. So Who Buys Your Stuff Media was born because we want to be able to answer as many questions as possible around the areas of customer research or growing an online business. So that's really exciting. So this is episode number 1. We're gonna start. I have no idea what episode 50 is gonna look like, but we're gonna begin like this. So a bit crude, but really exciting. So Who Buys Your Stuff Media is going to be answering questions either in the area of around the area of customer research for online SMEs, or just random questions that come in from online SMEs in terms of growing your business. So the first question that we will be answering in today's episode, Who Buys Your Stuff Media, episode number 1, we are the importance of customer research. Why, as an online SME, should I do customer research? So I think the way that we have been answering this the best is you look at the business that you're running. I even look back, over my 10-year career at Finisterre growing an online business. There were so many decisions that we were making without really knowing who the customer was. When I say that, I mean getting a PR agency. Who should we use as a photographer for our photo shoots? What should our content look like? Even what kind of product should we be designing? Whenever we were operating, and this is the case with a lot of businesses, hence one of the reasons we are doing what we're doing at Who Buys Your Stuff, delivering customer research to online SMEs and seeing really, really solid growth. It's been incredible, but there are a lot of businesses out there that are operating either sales and marketing or products and services without a clear idea as to their customers. I was one of them. I was doing that, and now we can, as online SMEs, find out quantifiably the customer that's actually driving our businesses. And so the importance of doing that customer research is before you kind of go and get a PR agency, or before you roll out a social strategy, or before you think about what your content's going to look like. Or what your brand should look like in the eyes of prospective customers. Surely you need to find out who the customers are that are driving the business. And I don't want this to be about who buys your stuff and just driving what it is that we're doing down business throats. And we're not doing that. We're actually just talking about the importance of customer research. If I park for a second Who Buys Your Stuff and what it is that we're delivering, if you think about market research, so not customer research, but market research, and I'm probably telling quite a few of you to suck eggs, but it's, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. So just keeping things really, really simple. market research is SWOT analysis, the space that you'll be playing in, the price, the product and the service that you're going to be offering, just really understanding where you're going to be and what that space looks like. The other part to market research is knowing who the customer is. So if you are busy, so that's market research. Great business is predicated on awesome market research. So surely before anything's being done within the business, whether it's like a PR agency, a content strategy, social media, which comms you're going to be using, your newsletter, what that looks like, what images you're going to be showing, what the tone and the copy feels like so people can relate to it and engage with it on an emotional level, and then come and then get jacked up about what is you're offering and then buy one of your products, and you start seeing conversions and metrics start going in all the right directions. Before any of any business out there is making decisions, surely you've got to have a pretty tight, clear idea about the customers who are driving your business, and we can do that as online businesses. We don't need focus groups. We're online businesses with loads of data, so providing we use some of the traditional market research techniques, like asking watertight questions, closed, objective, get great responses back to build great profiles, and we use technology on that data that we've got as online business. We can find quantifiably the customer profile or the lead persona, as we're calling it, who buys your stuff, that's contributing to the majority of your revenue. And that's a really exciting thing, because once you have that, once you know who it is that you should be building things for, once you know who's driving the business, who's engaged highly with what it is that you're doing, you can begin making strategies or building strategies around how to place what it is you do as a business, your products and your services, in front of all of those perspectives, wherever they may be. But you can also know what it is that what you as a business should kind of look like, what images you should be using, or what kind of content you should be using, so that when you do put it out, you're using not a PR agency because you found out that the customers that are driving your business are consuming their information digitally. So it's like, wow, let's not go for PR agency to start with. Let's get one that focuses on broadsheets. Let's get one that focuses specifically on digital. And once you do that, you also know the customers, so you're then putting relevant copy and relevant imagery, and all of a sudden that you're building that group of customers that are suited to this profile that's driving your business because you've done the research, and you're building strategies that help grow the business. So customer research before you do anything, that's the question we're answering today. Who Buys Your Stuff Media, episode number 1. Feels so good saying that. I probably said it like 5 times. Is the importance of customer research. I think customer research is more important than devising a CRM strategy, because if CRM strategy is going to be based around like putting the good content together and when you're going to be sending it out in relevant moments during their time, we've got some great examples of people not sending a newsletter at 5 o'clock just because you do, and sending it late on a Sunday morning at 1 a.m. with an exclusive drop of products because their customers are much, much younger, and that's when they're interacting with their mates. And when that email comes through at that time, open rates, click-throughs, and conversions were a lot better than this random 5 o'clock. And we only knew that because we understood who the customers were. So before you roll out CRM, before you start looking for PR agencies, before your designers within your businesses are like, all right, we've got to just do this because it's a hunch. It's like, find out who the customers are. Do the customer research. Who buys your stuff? Customer research for online SMEs. We are that business playing in that space. If you're an online SME, you don't know your customers. Who Buys Your Stuff is doing that. The question that we were trying to answer today: why should online SMEs do customer research? And hopefully, I've answered that. So, really exciting. I've got a minute left. I don't want any of these being more than 10 minutes. I want to see some comments. So please, on our YouTube channel, go and put in comments. Anything that we could do better. If I'm talking too fast, if you'd like books behind me, anything, please comment. So sign up and begin to comment. The other thing is access or send in questions via Twitter. So it's at Who Buys Your Stuff. At Who Buys Your Stuff. Send in questions, and we'll start answering questions either around customer research and its value and what it is and what's the lead persona, and we'll also be answering questions around growing an online business. Episode number 1 of Who Buys Your Stuff Media, that is done and dusted. Cut. Speak to you guys later. Peace.